This conference will now be recorded.
So sorry for apologies for the inconvenience. Are you able to hear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I will repeat once again. So this is the IBM Curator SIM tool. So this is the tool normally you have to keep in your resume, and this tool is available in the online. So you have to go and you have to register. Just you can go to google.com and just you can type Curator on cloud. Curator on cloud. Otherwise, I will provide the link after this call is over. So just you can give your Gmail ID and also your first name, last name, and after that where the country you are residing, and also your state name. Once that is completed, registration is completed, so it will take 5 to 10 minutes for activation. So within 5 to 10 minutes, you will receive one of the activation mail. So you have to go and you have to click on that particular activation link. So then automatically you will be in. Okay. So after that, you have to log into this Radar tool, and you have to go and you have to work on this tool, or you have to go and you have to see what are the tabs as well as what all the options are available. Yeah, so that is about overall introduction part. Any doubts in this one? Any doubts? Just go and activate like a Facebook or Gmail, whatever you are doing, same concept as it is. Just you have to sign up the account. Okay. So give your Gmail ID or Yahoo mail ID, it will work. And within the 10 minutes of time, activation link it will come, and you have to click on that activation link, then it will work. Yeah, so yesterday we completed the theoretical part of the QRadar. Okay, so now we can see the practical part, what we will do normally. So for the normal, whenever we want to do instant investigation, so for once we will receive the alerts, we have to go to the instance tab. Keep that one is separately. Okay, so here first of all we'll go to the each and every tool, and after that what we have to do. So I will explain now. So we have multiple options are there in this tool. One is dashboard tab, a second one is offenses tab, next one is log activity tab, next one is assets tab, next one is reports, and finally admin tab. So in normally, if you are purchasing other licensing options like a Pulse and also X-Force, Risk Manager, okay, network interfaces. So these are all additional modules. For this one, those are all the options are missing. Why? Because it is a demo tool. Okay, so one is Pulse, it is missing. So graphical representation of all the instance. Second one is X-Force. X-Force is for the threat intelligence feeds integration. So that is additional licensing option that is missing. And the next one is network activity tab. Network activity tab is related to packet capture. So that is network interfaces hardware module we have to purchase. That is also missing because they are not feeding traffic related logs. Only events they are feeding to this SIM tool. Okay. So in the dashboard tab, normally you will not create anything. So once you are joining in a company, they will create all these things by default. They will create it, and you have to go and you have to see what are the options are available, what are the options available, as well as what are the instance we are receiving. Even in the dashboard tab, you will see the whatever instance we are receiving, what are the all offenses are there, what are the my offenses are there. So according to the organization requirement, they will create multiple dashboards. This is like a summary of the overall organization, security posture of the organization. So example, in this scenario, By default, it is supporting some of the dashboards. You can see that one. So you can go and you can see the summary of the dashboard. So application overview. So this is one of the dashboard they created. Second one is complaints overview, like ISO 27001, PCI DSS, SOC, SOC 1, SOC 2, GDPR, HIPAA related complaints. Whatever organization you are following, we have to monitor those activity of the servers also. Next one, network overview, network related overview of the dashboards, for example, firewalls, proxies, load balancers. Okay, so that one, NADS and APS. Risk monitoring. So risk monitoring for the vulnerability scanning related part. Next one, system monitoring. System monitoring meaning here health checkup related, and also CPU utilizations related. So whenever any device is going down, example, as I said yesterday, distributed deployment options are available. For those distributed deployment options, in case any event collector or flow collector, event processor, flow processor, if it is going down, in that scenario, we have to go and we have to create the dashboard under the system monitoring part. And also CPU utilizations, RAM utilization, it is reaching to 100%. If it is reaching to 100%, deleting some of the existing logs or messages from the respective collectors and processors. Next one is threat and security monitoring. So this is dedicatedly for the security related dashboards and vulnerability management. So whatever third party related scanners we integrated with the SIEM tool like NSS, Qualys, Rapid7, IBM related scanners, even that one managing of the dashboards also we can create. So by default, these many dashboards it is supporting. Even if you want to create a new dashboard, yes, we can create. Okay. So these are all the different types of dashboards it will support by IBM QRadar by default. So, but it will support out of box dashboards. What is meant by out of box? Out of box means here, so unlimited. Out of box means here unlimited dashboards we can create. Okay, that is whatever by default it is supporting, that is called default dashboards. Okay, so nothing but vendor at the time of purchasing the tool itself, it will support some of the dashboards. That is called default dashboards. What are you are creating as per your own business requirement, as per your business or organization requirement, you want to monitor for security purpose, that is called customized dashboards. Customized dashboards meaning here, example, I have PCI DSS compliances. So backend some of the PCI DSS servers are there. I want to know who are logging into the PCI DSS server, that successful as well as unsuccessful login attempts failures. Okay. In the similar way, so ISO 27000 auditing related. In the similar way, so proxy servers related. In the similar way, whatever critical applications or critical servers are running on the organization and you want to monitor, those type of things normally will create the dashboards. Okay, so yeah, whatever by default IBM QRadar it is supporting, I will explain. So default IDS IPS, okay, so all top alarm signature based on the event count. Okay, so this one is related to IDS IPS. Default meaning here, by default, this dashboard will be there. Once you are purchasing and once you are deploying, by default, this dashboard will be available in the IBM QRadar. So IDS IPS, in that one, IDS IPS related activity, top alarm signatures meaning here, so whatever IDS IPS logs you are integrating, so example, tipping point from Trend Micro, SourceFire from Cisco, okay, McAfee, Vectra, Symantec. Okay, so these are all some of the leading IDS IPS tools are available in the market. So whatever the top alarm signature meaning here, so whatever activity is going on and whatever attacks are coming to the organization level, so that is called top alarm signatures. Okay, so signature meaning here different types of attacks. Basically this is for known types of attacks. Okay, so here we are not monitoring that IDS IPS traffic related traffic, so that's why it is not appearing. So next one is top system attackers. So once again, IDS, IDP. IDP means intrusion detection and prevention. IDS means intrusion detection system. IDP means intrusion detection and prevention. IPS means intrusion prevention system. Okay, so nothing but one scanner in the IDS IPS. it has a capability of both detection as well as the prevention. That is called IDP. So here top systems attacked. So whatever systems got attacked by, so IDS IPS. So IDS IPS logs we are integrating to the SIEM tool, and IDS IPS related correlation rules will create. Okay, so using that IDS IPS, any system got hacked or attacked, that information we can see under this one. So event count means here events, how many events are generating up for that particular attacks. Next one is top systems security related attacks. So once again, this is IDS related only. So nothing but most of the cases they created IDS related dashboards. Top systems sourcing attacks. Sourcing attacks means who's the attacker, from which attacker IP address these attacks are coming. So that is top system sourcing attacks. So sourcing attacks means what is the attacker IP address, and top example you received 20 alerts related to IDS IPS. So in that one, so which IP is causing more attacks? So that is related to top. Okay, so we have to put like ascending order. Okay, top to bottom. So that attack related IDS IPS attacks will under this category. So next one is my offenses. You can see. So even this one in the practical, same as it is, you will see once you are joining in the company and you are using IBM QRadar. My offenses meaning here whatever offenses you are working on, that is called my offenses. That is what I said yesterday, theoretical part. Okay, most severe offenses based on the severity of the attack. So what is the so here in the IBM QRadar, what is how we can define the most severe offenses based on what is the parameter for most severe offenses?
Magnitude.
Excellent. Yes, it is a magnitude. So already it is showing as a magnitude. Based on the magnitude, we can define the severity of the incident. Okay. So once again, that severity is depending on three parameters: credibility, severity, relevance. Okay. So this magnitude. So what is the risk score for magnitude? What is risk score for magnitude?
5 to 10.
Not
5
5
to
to 10.
10. 10. 5 to 10.
Yeah, 0 to
10.
10. 0 to 10.
10, sir.
0 is the minimum and 10 is maximum. Yes. So here we can see the magnitude score. That score is whatever we are defining in the correlation rule. According to that one, so we can define that particular correlation rule severity. So even at the time of the interview, don't say color wise, color point of view. So example, this is showing as a yellow color, and sometimes it will showing as a green color. Sometimes it will show as a red color. Okay, similar to like our traffic signals. Same here also, based on the severity wise, it will show the color of the incident or offense. So in this scenario, if it is a yellow color, meaning what? Medium severity. It's a medium severity. What is that severity of the incident, and what is the incident name? Basically, multiple login failures for the same user containing user failed to log into SSH. So that is the incident basically. Multiple login failures. So here one of the user is trying to do login failure attempts. Okay, for the same user, not different user, same user. Okay, so he is doing the multiple login attempts failure using login to SSH. So when normally we'll use login to SSH is if you want to log into the Linux. So normally if you want to log into the Linux, we'll use which application? We'll use which application to log into the Linux?
SSH. Putty tool, using Putty tool, we will log in SSH through SSH.
Yes, right. Using Putty tool, normally we will log into the Linux server. Okay. So example that we have to download and we have to install in our even in our laptop. So this is the Putty application. If you want to log into the Linux server or Linux container or Linux Docker, normally we have to use this Putty applications. So here we have to provide that particular Linux related IP address, and the port number, SSH port number is 22, you know already. And you have to click on open button. Then it will log into the respective Linux container. Okay. So that is the way how you are logged into the Linux server. But if you want to log into the Windows server, what is the mechanism we have to use? If you want to log into the Windows server from your machine,
RDP.
yes, RDP. So if you want to
RDP.
log into, yes, if you want to log into the Windows server from your machine, okay, so we have to use a remote desktop connection, RDP. Okay, so here we have to go and we have to log into the RDP using port number 3389. So for Linux containers or Linux bare metals or Linux physical servers or Linux Dockers, we have to use PuTTY application using port number 22. Okay, SSH, secure shell. So, but if you want to log into the respective Windows server, Windows platform, we have to use the RDP connections using port number 3389. Okay. Yeah, coming back here. So multiple login failures for the same user containing user failed to log into SSH. So this is multiple login failure attempts. So multiple login failure attempts in the computer terminology or in our cybersecurity platform, we'll call it as, what is the attack name?
Brute
Brute
force
force.
attack.
Brute force.
Yeah, it's a brute force attack. It's a brute force attack. And magnitude is, it's a medium severity. If it is showing, so example here 10 incident it is showing, or 10 offenses it is showing, and some are in red color, some are in yellow color, some are in green color. Which one you will prioritize?
Red color.
Some are,
Red color.
Red color.
yes. But don't mention in the interview I will prioritize red color. You have to say based on the magnitude I will prioritize the instance. Okay, based on the magnitude, okay, so I will prioritize the instant, or based on the severity of the instant I can prioritize the instant. Okay, so don't mention red color or medium color or green color. So most recent offenses, most recent meaning here, so whatever recents we received just now, or otherwise whatever we received, okay, so within 1 hour, so that is called most recent offenses. So same thing, multiple login failures for the same user. So here offenses tab only you have to see normally whenever you want to go for the instant investigation. Most of the cases your work will be there here only. So in this dashboard, but anyway, we should not work on here. We will work on the offenses tab. I will go and I will explain there. So here dashboard it is showing. Dashboard it is showing overall what all the instance or alerts we are receiving. So when you're saying in the interview, also tell me about your roles and responsibilities, or walk me through your resume. So different ways they will ask. Walk me through your resume means here you have to explain about your current roles and responsibilities, or tell me about yourself. You have to explain about your current roles and responsibilities. So directly they'll ask, tell me about your roles and responsibilities. So different people will ask in the different way. Okay, walk me through your resume means you have to explain about your roles and responsibilities. So in that scenario also you have to explain it. Okay, so this is X user, or this is so and so. So I have more than 5+ years of experience into cybersecurity SOC operations for 24/7 SOC environment. Currently I'm working in so and so company. So whenever any alert is coming, I will go through SIEM dashboard. I will go, whenever any alert or whenever any incident is coming, I will go through the SIEM dashboard. That meaning here you are explaining, you are going to the SIEM dashboard and you will pick the incident. Okay, otherwise whenever any incident is coming through SIEM dashboard or maybe through email notification, same instant you will integrate it to the SMTP server. You will, every SOC member, whoever is the part of SOC team, that guy will receive this instant. So that one you have to say in the sentences. Whenever any alert is receiving either through SIEM dashboard or maybe through email notification, I will go and I will prioritize the instant based on the severity. So that is the first point you have to say in the introduction of the roles and responsibilities. Okay. So these are all the dashboards wise, and you can see
So
top
when,
category type.
so when will we log into servers like Linux or Windows?
Most of the cases will not log in because that is separate team will be there, so they will take care. Normally we will not log into the servers. Whenever any issue is coming, we have to escalate to the respective team members,
Okay.
whoever is handling Windows and Linux. So top category types, because in the SOC team itself, multiple team members will be there. So even for SOC example consider, so dedicatedly firewall, they will handle some of the firewall instance. Dedicatedly proxies, they will access proxy related instance. Dedicated to EDR, they will take care of the EDR instance. Dedicated IDS IPS, they will take care of the IDS IPS instance. In such a way also they will categorize SOC team. Okay, so example, 10 members people are joined in the class. So for 2 members, I will say you will work on the firewall related instance. For 2 members, I will say you will work on IDS IPS instance. For 2 members, I will say you will work on the WAF related instance. For 2 members, I will say, okay, so proxy related instance. Okay, so in such a way also organizations normally they will work on. So, but they will sit in a single room, everyone. Okay, so that is one of the options available. Otherwise, everybody should aware of everything totally end to end. So everybody will work on every instant. So firewall instant, proxies instant, so EDR instance, WAP instance, cloud instance, servers instance, everything. Server related, normally you will no need to log into the respective servers and you no need to do anything. If something is required from servers team, you have to contact respective Windows team and Linux team for the server related. Okay, so next one is top category types. Top category types of the instant wise. Instant wise, it is showing as only one instant is there right now. It is SSH login failure, user login failure. So that is one. If 10 are there, example, first one is malware, second one is flooding attack, third one is SQL injection attack, fourth one is phishing email attack, fifth one is brute force attack. Those attacks we'll see here. Okay. And top source means which user is getting login attempts failure. So that source user related information. So 10.0.0.0.153. So this is the user getting so multiple login failure attempts. We'll go and we'll drill down that particular offense instant investigation. So next was top local destinations. So here which user is going to impact that destinations. So whenever within the insider threat, there are 2 types of threats will be there normally. One is insider threat, normal. Second one is external threat. What is meant by insider threat? Anyone? This entire question in day before yesterday. Capgemini. What is insider threat?
Vulnerability
Internal
type
user
of
trying to for like
patch update.
One by one. What is insider threat? Can you give one example?
Patch updates type.
Patch updates.
no internal user trying
Outdated
to access wrong passwords.
Yes, that is correct. Insider threat means example entering the wrong passwords. So that is one. Any other?
When an unknown email coming, he will click on that email.
Unknown email is from external, it is coming. How it is becoming insider threat? Is external threat.
Data leak prevention.
Data leak prevention.
Or a
We bring
program.
one of the colleague.
Yeah, so one is a data leak prevention related. For example, when somebody is copying some of the data, okay, through pen drives, that is insider threat. So sending the personal email to professional email every day, some of the data, that is insider threat. Okay, so example, forgetting the passwords and you are trying more than 3 to 4 attempts within the internal user itself. So these are all called insider threat. Insider threat means within the organization itself, whoever is doing the end users unknowingly or knowingly. So that is called insider threat. External threats mean here whenever attacker is trying to do some types of attacks. Example, phishing email. So external attacker is trying to do. Okay, so and also all the OWS bit of broken authentication, broken access control, man in the middle attacks. Okay, so one of the server got compromised malware by sending an email. So those are all external threats. Insider threat means within the organization, whoever is trying to do those attacks, that is called insider threats. Nothing but our internal employees. Okay, so top local destinations mean here. So within the organization itself, whatever destination IP it is reaching and it is compromising, that is called top local destinations. So these are all some of the dashboards. And if you want to create new dashboards, so if this is example, we'll go one by one. Application overview. So right now they created only one application related overview, that is top service denied through firewalls. top services denied through firewalls, meaning here. So whatever end user is trying to access, this is also I provided yesterday use cases on the firewall level. Top denied request. So one of the end user is trying to access one of the application or service. In that scenario, it is deny. Maybe he is trying to access one of the malicious content of the website. So that time firewall it will go and it will verify the website whatever end user is trying to access. Does it contain any malicious URL links or malicious malware related things? Okay, so then it will deny based on the actions we defined and also based on the security profiles we configured in the firewall level. So that is called top services denied through firewalls. Okay, so if you are going and if you are drill down into some other related compliances, you can see top authentication by user. So top authentications by user, so they've mentioned under the compliances related. So compliances, this is auditing related. Compliances means security auditing also part of compliances. Got it? So top authentications by user. So here any authentication failure is coming, top authentications. Top authentication, this is successful authentication, this is failure authentications. So first one is top authentications by user, meaning here this is successful authentication. Next one is top authentications failure by user, meaning here failure authentications. Login failure, login success. Event category distributions based on the event count wise. What are the logs we are receiving? Events per second, that one. Authentication logs, they are receiving more. Next one, system related logs, they are receiving more. And after that, application related logs. Right now, only 3 types of logs are there. One is authentication related logs. Next one is system related logs. Next one is application related logs. Okay, so these are all the top related log sources count basically. So based on the event category wise. Next one is compliances, the username involved. Okay, in compliances roles. So here, what is the meaning of here means any compliances we are following, and if you are trying to access those servers, backend payment gateway or medical related or finance related or auditing related, those types of complaints, what that rules will appear here. Correlation rules. Complaint source. Okay, so IPs involved in compliances rules. Source IP. Source IP means here user IP address will appear here. User IP. So whenever user is trying to access complaints related payment gateway server, example PCI DSS server, or healthcare industry like a HIPAA server, or SOX complaints like financial transaction related to database server like SAP or Oracle databases. So that is SOX related. Okay, ERP platforms. So all those things we discussed under the compliances part. And most recent reports, whatever reports we are generating and we are keeping that generated reports here. So example, top authentications, top IDS IPS alert activity, daily user authentication activity. So geographical traffic distributions, daily policy violation summary. So these are all the reports. So which type of reports you will generate from the SIEM tool? Which type of reports you will create in the SIEM tool? So you can say example, these are all some of the examples. Top applications. So what are applications oriented? Internet facing applications. So I want to see, okay, so who are all accessing the internet under that application name. So that is one of the thing generated. And top IDS IPS. Okay, top IDS IPS alerts. What our IDS IPS alerts are coming? That one. Top firewall related alerts, top EDR related alerts, top PCI DSS alerts, top, okay, so WAF related alerts and so on. So this is format you can see it's a PDF format. Okay, so that will be there under the report. So we can go and we can see under the reports also. But this is summary. This is overall giving the summary of the what is happening in the organization point of view. Next one is network overview. So this is based on the classification wise, what are the belongs to network related, what is the belongs to application related, what is the belongs to complaints related, what is the belongs to vulnerability management related. So they categorized these dashboards. Okay, so firewall related example, you can see firewall deny by destination port. So one of the destination firewall is blocking some of the traffic based on the destination port number wise. So example, you are accessing the facebook.com and port number 443. Here destination port is 443. So in that scenario, firewall is blocking that facebook.com, it will appear here. So facebook.com is blocking firewall. So that is the meaning of this firewall deny by destination port. So whenever you want to create a firewall rule, I already told you. So we have to put the source user, source zone, destination user, source port, destination port, applications, port and protocol. Then we have to provide the actions. So that is the way how we have to create the firewall rule. So here firewall deny by destination port meaning here. So whenever a user is trying to access one of the application or one of the service, one of the server, so but firewall is blocking because of the malicious activities, because of the remote desktop connections activity. So that is illegal basically in the organization level. That's why firewall is blocking based on our rules configuration. So those count will appear here, those offenses will appear here. Okay. Firewall deny by destination IP here. So destination IP wise. So example, you are accessing the ICAR website. So in that scenario, firewall it will block. So example, you can see I'm accessing ICAR. So ICAR is one of the antivirus testable files. Okay. So this is the website I'm trying to access, but so right now it is able to access. In my organization, firewall is allowed this website. Okay, ICAR related Trend Micro website is I'm able to access. That means in my organization where I'm working, so I'm able to access. Okay, because this is my office laptop. So next one, I'm clicking on this one example. It is blocking. So where it is blocking, you can see Symantec it is also blocked. Symantec antivirus it is blocked because it is treating as a antivirus virus file. And also firewall also it will block. The connection was reset. Connection was reset meaning here my computer related traffic it is going to the firewall is blocking that particular traffic. Resetting which type of flag? This one. What is reset flag as per TCP? What is meant by reset? Where we discuss a reset flag?
Handshake.
TCP
Through the hand-
TCP three-way
handshake.
TCP three-way.
3CB flags, 6 flags are
TCP flag. Yeah, TCP flags we discussed these topic. TCP flag, not is TCP three-way handshake. TCP flags we discussed. So TCP flags we have total 6 flags are there. So one is synchronization, second one is acknowledgement, third one is finish, fourth one is reset, fifth one is urgent, and sixth one is push. Okay, so those flags when we discuss resetting meaning here when I'm trying to access that particular Trend Micro related antivirus file, so not antivirus, virus file, that traffic is going to the firewall and also the traffic is going to the antivirus server and automatically that connection is blocking. So it is trying to reset it once again, freshly it is trying to reconnect it. So reset means here, so the connection was reset means packet is dropping in between client and server. Client and server meaning here, so my machine is client machine, user machine, and also server is nothing but Trend Micro related server. So those traffic is going to the antivirus server and also those traffic is going to the respective firewall and firewall is blocking that one. So freshly I have to restart once again. Means here I have to come back and I have to click on this one. So it will restart freshly, it will initiate the connection. TCP three-way handshake will start. Okay, so that type of traffic. So here I am going back. Firewall deny by the destination IP. In this scenario, whatever destination IP I am trying to access related to Trend Micro related website, that destination IP it will appear. Okay, so because this is blocking on the antivirus level as well as the firewall level, so that destination IP will appear here. Okay, so here means here, so whoever is monitoring my organization SOC, my organization related SOC, that people will try to see whatever attempts I am doing right now. Okay, So next one is firewall denied by source IP. Source IP means here source IP point of view category. So in this scenario, my client, my laptop related IP, my laptop related IP, it will appear in that particular dashboard. Okay. So these are all the different types of dashboards. Please remember these dashboards. They will ask in the interview which type of dashboards you created. Do you have action to create the dashboards? So don't say L1 level, I will create the dashboards, especially for L2 and L3 people. You can say I used to create the dashboards. They will not trust if you are saying L1 people will create the dashboards. Even L2 also they will not create, but anyway. So in the similar way, risk monitoring point of view, what are the dashboards they are creating? And next, in the similar way, system monitoring related. So system monitoring related meaning here utilization point of view, utilizations point of view. How much utilization? It is like one type of health checkup related basically. Health checkup meaning here. One second. So whatever log sources logs you are integrating. Yeah, sorry. So whatever log sources logs you are integrating, those log sources health checkup meaning here device status and also whether those logs are coming to SIEM tool or not. So what is the utilization? Okay, so example you can see health checkup related, system monitoring related, Linux server. So backend this QRadar on cloud, QRadar on cloud. So backend it is Linux server. Okay, so whatever example, as I said, if I want to go and if you want to try to register this one, as I said, you can go to the google.com and you can type QRadar on cloud here. And click on this QRadar on cloud related. So click on here because I already logged in, automatic it will show as logged in. Okay, start your free trial. I already logged in, it is showing as logged in. Okay, so you have to click on start your free trial. So you have to click on start your free trial, then you have to register that one. Okay, so then you have to go and you have to register this 14 days trial period. So this backend some server will be there, right? That server is Linux server. Whatever cloud they are deploying, that is Linux server. So that's why it is showing as Linux server Red Hat. So example I showed QRadar on cloud. So QRadar on cloud it is deployed. That backend server where the software is installed, QRadar software installed, that is Linux server. Okay. Health metrics. Health metrics is QRadar trial version. So that is health metrics related. So second one, this one. And system notifications, whatever alerts we are receiving related system and auditing related. So these are all system related activity basically. Okay. And QRadar trial version. So event processor distribution, event point of view, events like EPS, events per second or events per, okay, so day, those counts. And events rate. So all these are dashboards. You will not do anything, just for what is happening you have to see. And event rate here, EPS, events per second count, how much events per second it is generating. Example, your organization purchased for 10,000 EPS, that EPS count. And flow rate. So flow rate meaning here, flow rate means flow per second. So even we have to integrate both events per second count and also flow for data. So both we are integrating. One is through event collector, one is through flow collector. So one we are integrating events related data, second one we are integrating flow related data. So flow rate, traffic related data, basically this means how much traffic we are generating per second. So that is called flow rate per second. Okay. How to integrate this flow related data? Which module we have to use for integrating flow rate or flow data? Which module in IBM QRadar we have to use? What is the module we have to use to integrate the flow data?
Net flow data.
Flow collector we have to integrate. Flow collector we have to integrate. So using flow collector, we have to import the net flow data, okay, or S flow data or J flow data. So what is the module you have to use? Meaning here you have to say flow collector.
So you asked integration method, right?
Integration method, no. What is the module I asked? What is the module meaning here? Flow related integration. So flow collector we have to use. Log integration method is, you are right, net flow data. So next one is threat and security monitoring. So threat and security related monitoring, meaning here what are threats we are receiving. What are threats we are receiving. Okay, so overall summary, this is the main thing. This is one of the main dashboard. It is very important for us. Okay, threats and security monitoring related because IDS IPS. So this already we discussed. Okay, next one is vulnerability management. So if you are integrating anything related to vulnerabilities, like scanning of the vulnerabilities, servers, those data, and even in the server level, you are identifying any vulnerabilities, those data it will come. So here basically they created wrong dashboard. This should not become here. So I am deleting. So just I deleted the dashboard. So now you can see there are multiple options are available. One is new dashboard. If you want to create new dashboard, we can click on this one. Rename dashboard, existing dashboard if you want to rename, and delete dashboard already if you want to delete that one, and add items. So we add items based on the different ways. So one is offenses wise, one is log wise, one is reports wise, one is system summary wise. Okay, so in the offenses wise, once again, most recent offenses, most severe offenses, my offenses. So in the security distribution, I mean sources destinations wise, top sources, top local destinations, and categories wise. Top category wise. So log activity wise, event searches if you want to do that one. Once again, event searches, these many event searches are there. One is event category distribution, one is event processor distribution based on the source IP, based on the destination IP. So search queries. So search queries will do under the offenses tab, but this one is based on the dashboard if you want to create. Okay. So now I will go and I will create one dashboard. Example, new dashboard. How to create a new dashboard in IBM QRadar? Click on new dashboard and give the name. So example, antivirus or EDR related, denied malware, attempts. So antivirus related dashboard. So antivirus or EDR. So it is like anti-malware solution or EDR, antivirus solution basically. Denied malware attempts. Okay, so that means whenever end user is clicking on some of the malware file attachments and those files contains the malware related. Okay, and also when he is trying to copy something from the pen drives, and also when he is trying to download the attachments through phishing emails, or maybe he is downloading something from the internet related. In that scenario, the traffic is going to the antivirus or EDR tool and it is blocking those attempts. Denied means here blocking related. Those attempts activity I want to see. And description you can give. So example, driver downloads. Driver downloads, phishing related attachments, and through remote devices, through copying something pen drive related. In this scenario, whenever user is trying to do, just a description. If you want to keep description, you can keep it, otherwise leave it. Okay, so then, so driver downloads related, one of the options. Driver downloads means something you are downloading from the internet. That is called driver downloads. And the phishing related email attachments. So whenever any phishing email attachments are coming, like invoice copies, so any other PDF document, when any other Excel documents or MS Word documents and so on, and remote devices through pen drives, whatever it is coming on. Then it is share Okay, we have to share that one and click on OK button. Okay. So now you can go and you can see whatever antivirus EDR denied attempts I created, it will appear here. So when that logs are going to the antivirus related logs are going and it is hitting to this particular, log, malware related correlation rules, it will appear that particular data traffic. Okay. So when this maybe you can ask why it is not showing anything here. I already created the data. So when the user is clicking on these drive-by downloads related, phishing email attachments related, okay, so then whenever he's trying to click on this remote devices, copying something from the pen drives, in that scenario, if he is copying virus related, virus, Trojan, worm, ransomware, spyware, keyloggers, adware, okay, so all these different types of malwares he's copying, those logs will go to the correlation rules and it will hit that correlation rules, then it will appear in this dashboard. Okay. Right now, these antivirus related logs, they did not integrate. What are the different types of logs they integrated? One is Linux related logs, one is system related logs, one is auditing related logs, only they integrated. Okay, that's why it is not able to see that data. And refresh past, so this is refresh button. So how long you want to refresh that, refreshing of what is happening on. So that is refresh button. So you can see this refresh button. So you have to always you have to keep into this tab only. So offenses tab, not this tab. So offenses tab. So this is the way how to create the dashboards basically. If you don't know how to create the dashboard, just you can go and you can click on the help button. They will give some documentation, but the documentation contains more than 1000 or 2000 pages will be there. Okay. And here username, whoever has the access to user, so that user related details here. So this user preference, so user related details. So for example, you are the user, then that particular user related details will be there. Just I'm clicking on this one, you can see this is Channa Kesava. So and also authentication and preferences. So these are all the times. So where the time related, okay, so nothing but IST, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata. So that particular time zone we selected, so and we are using. So this is notifications wise. So notification, whatever alerts notifications are coming on the dashboard level, it will appear in this one. That may be example, this IBM QRAD is going down and also warnings are coming. Those warnings related things will appear in the notifications wise. And the system time is 1:05 AM. So this QROC is nothing but QRadar and cloud device is there in the America location. So that time it is showing here. Okay. So that is the overall dashboards wise. Normally you will not create dashboards once you are joining in a company, everything they will keep it ready and you have to go and you have to see what is happening on the dashboards wise. Okay. Do you have any queries on the dashboards? Who will create dashboards? Meaning here, most of the cases, whoever is implementing the SIEM tool, or whoever is deploying the SIEM tool. So we have to provide our organization requirement, our business requirement. I want to, in my organization, firewall is one of the very important device, proxy is one of the very important device, and we have a lot of critical servers are there. So those servers we want to monitor, and also we have email related. Our business is completely related to email. Those email related activity we want to monitor. If are providing those requirements to the implementation team, then they will create the dashboards. Okay, this is basically implementation level. So once you are onboarded, everything it will be ready. You don't need to create any dashboard, but even though interviewer will expect, do you know how to create dashboards? So you have to say, yes, I know how to create dashboards. I have to go to the respective dashboards of the IBM QRadar tab. First, I will log into the IBM QRadar, then I will go to the dashboards. I will click on the new dashboards. If I want to see the web application firewalls related application layer attacks like OWSP top 10, so I will choose OWSP top 10 related attacks. Okay, so top 10 layer 7 attacks. That attacks I will go and I will create and I will provide the description and I will click on OK and I will provide that one under the security related instance or threat and security related dashboards. So that is way you have to answer. So next one is offenses tab. So here our main work will be there under this one only. Every time whenever you want to do the instant investigation, always you have to refresh. And here button always we have to keep it. This Q is there, right? This is called Q. This is called Q. So all offenses automatically when I click on offenses, it is showing all offenses left hand side. So these are all the options are there. One is my offenses, second one is all offenses, third one is by category wise, by category of the instant category, by source IP wise, by destination IP wise, by network wise, by rules wise. So rules correlations where we will see under the IBM QRadar, we will see under the offenses tab. Offenses tab will see the correlation rules. Okay, so most of the cases, 95% of the work, it will be involved only in the offenses tab. For instant investigation, always you have to give this refresh button. So, and always whatever instance you are receiving, you have to keep it empty. Empty meaning here, you don't have any work. If something, any alerts are coming, you have to keep like a watchdog. Watchdog meaning here, you have to keep your one of the eye on this particular dashboard of the offenses. And you have to monitor whenever any incident is coming appearing in this queue, you have to go and you have to do the instant investigation. Okay, so your main focus will be here only. Always you have to keep your queue is empty. Queue is empty meaning here whenever any incident is coming, so we have to keep that one is the instant investigation you have to complete. So example, you are in maybe morning shift, maybe you are in afternoon shift, maybe you are in night shift. Okay, so always you have to come and you have to monitor this tab. So and you have to see any incidents are appearing. So your target is always this queue should be empty. So that is called productivity. Productivity related things based on how many instances you are doing per annum. So example, you are doing 1000 instances and your colleague is doing 1500 instances. Your another colleague is doing 1200 instances. According to that one, your appraisal cycle will be there. Whoever is doing the more incidents with the accuracy meaning here quality of the instance without any mistakes, then they will give hike to you. Okay, so here we have to go and we have to do the instant investigation. So first one is my offenses. My offenses meaning here whatever instance you are working on or offenses you are working on, that is called my offenses. Okay, so here based on the role ID number and the description of the respective incident, example brute force attack, example malware attack, authentication failure attack, DOS or DDoS attacks, and so on. So description of the attack. Next one is offense type. What is the category of the offense? So whether it is authentication related failure attempt, whether it is a malware category of the attack, whether it is a flooding related type of attack, whether it is related to spoofing type of attack, whether it is related to phishing email type of attack, whether it is related to border blessed bit opt-in attack, application layer attack. So that is offense type.
So
Next one is
automatically it will show the details, or we need to fill the information after taking the
no need to fill anything. It will appear automatically here. It will hit the correlation rules and it will appear here. You don't need to do anything. So whenever any malicious or any attacks are coming in our organization level, it will appear here.
Okay, if in case there is a phishing email attack, like what will be the description here in offense tab?
Yeah, it will show like okay, phishing email attack. One of the end users, it is showing as a email related authentication failure or email related attack. You can see email.
Okay, so particular source IP and everything will be automatically generated.
Automatically generated because every log contains the event ID, event timestamp when that particular incident is happened, and also it will show the email where whoever received that particular phishing email. So then it will show the source IP, destination IP, sender email address. Okay, SPF is pass or fail, everything it will show.
Then why we need to use that Wireshark tool, other tools you said no?
So that is only for compromised scenario only. Only for compromised scenario we have to do. Only for true positive scenarios only we have to go for that.
Okay.
Any other?
No, sir. Thank you.
So example, yeah, thanks for asking the questions. Appreciate for that. So example, you received 100 questions, sorry, 100 instance. Almost 95 to 98 instances are false positives only. So meaning what? What is meant by false positive here? So example, that may be email gateway is blocking, like a probe point. Okay, Mimecast endpoint it is blocking, or maybe IDS IPS itself it is blocking, or antivirus tool it is blocking, proxy server itself it is blocking, web application firewall itself it is blocking. Okay, so that blocking related logs also will integrate it to SIEM tool. All the logs will integrate it to SIEM tool. In the SIEM tool, we will create correlation rule related to different types of attacks. Example, more than 500 types of attacks. Already there it is itself it is blocked. It is blocked, right? Same alert it will appear in the SIEM tool also. So then in that scenario, that instant has a false positive, because already that may be antivirus is blocked, or firewall is blocked, or email gateway is blocked, or application gateway is blocked, or IDS IPS is blocked. Example, in this scenario, when I go and when I clicked on this particular, okay, so ICAR file, this is malware related file, so it is blocking. So what is the log source it is blocking here? What is log source in this scenario? One message
Firewall.
Firewall.
one is firewall, second one is
Proxy.
Proxy server.
Proxy.
third one. One response came here, one message came here. What is that?
Antivirus.
Connection time was
Yes,
there.
yeah, total 3 things here. 3 types of log sources. That means these logs will go to the, one is antivirus tool, second one is firewall log source, third one is proxy server logs. So all those logs will go to, so firewall related logs and proxy server related logs and even antivirus related logs also, right? This is already blocked in either of these three. So one is firewall, one is proxy, one is EDR tool, or like a antivirus tool. So those logs we are integrating to the SIEM tool. Those logs we are integrating to the SIEM tool. In the SIEM tool, we will create one of the correlation rule related to malware. So because this one is antivirus related, virus related file I am downloading. So it is a part of malware category, right? So whenever it is hitting that particular correlation rule, in SIEM tool, it will generate the alert. So in that scenario, that alert will refer as a, that incident will refer as a false positive or true positive. Whatever just now I showed practically, one scenario, in that scenario, those logs are going to the IBM QRadar. In IBM QRadar, one of the correlation rule we created already, it is hitting that particular correlation rule and it is generating the alert here. It will show like an alert here now. So what is the ID? It will show example 2, ID number 2, description of the alert. Malware is got blocked. Offense type malware. Offense source. So example Channakesava, because it's Channakesava related. Magnitude example critical. Source IP, whatever my laptop IP. Destination IP, whatever destination IP meaning here. Trend micro related, ICAR related website IP. Okay. So then users, that user name here. So it will appear that second incident here. So without doing the incident investigation directly, we can say this incident as a true positive or false positive.
False positive. False positive.
Yes, right.
It's already
It's a false
blocked.
positive. Yes, exactly. That's right. It is already blocked. It's a false positive. Most of the incidents, whatever we are receiving, it is a false positive incident only. Very rare scenarios, 1 or 2 times maybe in a month, we'll receive the true positive scenarios in a month. In a month. So example, I will go one scenario. So one of my student is working in so and so company. He worked in more than 3 months. Only till now one, okay, so only one system is got compromised. So that means they have done more than 1,000 incidents investigations. But till now only one system is got compromised. Okay, within 3 months of the time. So that is a true positive only one scenario. Okay, so that is way how it will work. Most of the incidents, whatever you are working on, everything is like a false positives only. But we have to monitor proactively if something is getting compromised. If something getting compromised, the attacker will ask a lot of money. Okay. So in this scenario, as I said just now, I showed practically one thing. When I am trying to download ICAR thread micro related virus file, so it is showing as a connection was reset, and also my Symantec related antivirus it is blocking. It is was showing one appearance of this particular window. Your Symantec, okay, is blocking virus related file. Okay. So that means in this scenario, log sources are three types of log sources. Logs will go to the SIEM tool. One is firewall logs, because that is website. One is proxy server. If I am using proxy, then proxy also. And third one is antivirus tool itself. These three types of logs are going to the respective SIEM tool. The SIEM tool will create correlation rules under this tab. Okay. In the rules tab, we will create correlation rules. So here rules, based on the rules, based on these correlation rules, we have one type of category called malware category. So we have one type of category is called malware category. So one second. So this malware category. So under this malware category, so it will come, and these are all called completely virus related correlation rules. These are all correlation rules. It will hit this particular correlation rule. So when I was downloading this website, so example I'm showing once again, I'm clicking on this website. So now logs are generated backend. It will go to that particular firewall, and also it's Symantec. This is Symantec. In my organization, we are using Symantec antivirus. So these logs will go to Symantec. These logs will go to the firewall. These logs will be generated even in the proxy also. Those logs will be how to integrate it to the SIEM tool. And according to this correlation rule, because this malware type of correlation rule. So this one, example, this one, it will detect this correlation rule, and it will generate the alert in this particular all offenses tab. This is the way how it will work. Then as a L1 team, L2 team, L3 team instant investigation guy, you have to work on that particular instant. So you have to click on that particular instant, and you have to gather the information related to IOC and IOA, or asset profiling, user profiling, asset profiling and user profiling. Okay. So this is called practical scenario based questions. So in this scenario, in my scenario example, so what I said, so rule description, what it will show, somebody is asking what is the rule description, we will see. Whatever rule we created for that particular correlation rule, so that rule description it will show. So example, I'm going back once again, malware related category, under that one. So these are all the multiple options are available. So either of the one of the correlation rule it will hit, and it will show that particular description. So malware or virus clean failed, or okay, threat, okay, so treat backdoor trojans and virus events, or treat keyloggers as offenses. So either of the one it will consider as a correlation rule, and in the offenses tab it will show the description. Here it will show that particular rule description. Then it will generate as a L1, L2, L3 instant investigation guy. You have to click on, and first you have to assign yourself the ticket, malware related ticket, and you have to do the instant investigation process. So you have to gather the IOC and IOA. IOC and IOA meaning here, so who is going to impact within the organization, and who is doing the attack, So example, in this scenario, what do we have to gather? Malware related instant investigation, this is the use case. Okay, so we have to gather IOC and IOA and asset profiling, user profiling, file details, which file, okay, so causing this malware attack. So IOC means indicator of compromise. So who is going to compromise in this scenario? My system, my laptop IP address, right? So example, my username is bdgn3, whatever. So xxxx, that is my user indicator of compromise meaning here. So we have to gather the details like source IP. Otherwise, I can put destination IP. Source IP is where the trend micro related site is there. Destination IP, destination user, destination user, user name, host name. So all these details. So that is indicator of compromise. Who is going to impact within this organization? So destination IP. So that means my system IP. So example 192.168.1.1. Okay. So destination user xxxxx user. So user name. So whatever my Windows username. So that is also putting user. And host name, my computer laptop name. Okay. So those details. Example BDG. So my computer name. And IOA, indicator of compromise. So these details I am gathering. Indicator of compromise. Where you are gathering all these details, if you are clicking on these offenses, all those things it will appear. So whatever activity I am doing right now, because I am clicking on this one, so unknowingly by I am clicking on this one. Here source is source. Who is the source in this case? Who is the source in this case? Source.
Trend
Source is
micro.
yeah,
Trend
trend
micro.
micro. Yes, correct. Exactly. So trend micro is the source. Okay, so destination is myself. So I'm trying to download those files. So this is file name. Even this one will appear in your respective file name. What is the file name here? So icarcom.txt. This is the file name. This is one I'm trying to download. So this remaining is website. http www.icar.org.download. This is the total website name, and file name is icarcom.txt. This file contains the malware or virus. So this is the file name. We have to copy and paste it here when are doing the file details. That's the file name. And file size. What is the file size? All these details will appear under the log details, instant investigation related details. File type. What is the file type here? So example file size is 500 KB.
TXT file.
File type is TXT. Okay. So these are all the details. This is called malware investigation part now. Whatever we are doing, this is called malware investigation. So this file name. So indicator of attacker here. Indicator of attacker meaning here who is trying to do these attacks. So in this scenario, trend micro related website. Trend micro related website. So example www.trendmicro. Sorry, not trend micro. So this website. So for this one also some back and some IP address will be there. That IP address will come into the attack level. So that particular source user, source IP, source URL. Okay. Next one is source username. Next one source country. So these details we'll call it as indicator of compromise, indicator of attacker. Sorry, indicator of attacker. Who is going to compromise within the organization? Those details we have to gather. So where we have to gather? Normally in the offenses itself it will give. These are all called indicator of compromise, indicator of attack related information. So this is any brute force attack. We'll go for this one later. Whatever right now explaining practical scenario, that is different. Okay. So these details I have together. Source IP example, the trend micro related website, ICAR related website, IP. So source URL. So that source URL is this one, and source username. So in this case it is not applicable username because this is website. And the source country where it is located, for example USA. Okay, so this information we are gathering, we'll call it as indicator of compromise and indicator of attacker. Also call it as asset profiling and user profiling. User profiling means user related data gathering. User profiling. Asset profiling means this is also which asset. So this combination of both user profiling and asset profiling. So sometimes server will get compromised. The server related details. So this is both combination of user profiling. Profiling means you're gathering the information, triaging. Okay. So this is the one. After that, you have to do the log activity, log analysis you have to do. Now you gather the triaging. Gathering all these information, we'll call it as a triaging. Triaging. What it mean by triage? Triad is different, triaging is different. Don't confuse. Triage is different, triad is different. What is meant a triad here, security point of view? What is a triad in security point of view?
CIA.
Exactly. CIA triad. Triad is different. CIA confidentiality, integrity, and availability. That is a triad. Triaging is nothing but gathering of all these information. We'll call it as triaging. Okay. So this report you have to, after that you have to do the file details. Then you have to do the log analysis. So log analysis or instant investigation you have to do. Instant investigation you have to do. Instant investigation you have to do. What you have to do? Before going to this process, first of all, we have to go to the ServiceNow or any other ticketing tool. So first we have to go to ticketing tool. So then we have to create the ticket. So example, we have ServiceNow, we have Jira, we have Remedy, we have BST. From HP, we have one of the tool is there, HP, Sharewell, ITSM. So these are all some of the ticketing tools are available in the market. All these are called ticketing tools. One is ServiceNow. ServiceNow is most popular one. Next one is Jira. Jira, most of the people will be used by development team like Agile and Scrum process. So developers, product development team, application development team. Nowadays, even support team also they are using Jira. Okay, Remedy is, this is existing from long back, 2005 till it is existing Remedy. And BST, so that is another ticketing tool name. And HP, from HP they have one of the tool. Sharewell, that is one of the ticketing tool. ITSM, that is one of the ticketing tools. So these are all ticketing tools. First you have to, whenever that instant is receiving here, for tracking purpose, first thing is you have to go and you have to create in the ticketing tool. That I will show you later classes. Maybe once this class is completed, how to create ticket in the ticketing tool. Okay. So first we have to create the ticket in the ticketing tool. Either of the one, maybe whatever you are using in your organization. So we have to use that particular ticketing tool. Create ticket in the ticketing tool. After that, you have to go and you have to validate this instant investigation process. Okay, for every instant investigation process or forensic investigation process, what are the different types of information you have to gather? Step-by-step process of forensic, step-by-step process of instant investigation. We'll call it as a forensic investigation. Okay, so first one is, so we have to identifying the instant. So how this process will work, this is already we defined at the time of definitions. So forensic investigation meaning here. So first one is identifying the instant. Identify. After that, triaging of the instant. Identify the instant, which type of category of the instant. As per ITL, what is the normally what is the process we are following? ITIL. ITL process we are following, instant lifecycle management. So all these things you have to say in the interview. ITL process we are following, that is instant lifecycle management. This is preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, lessons learned. So that is the process we are following for the every instant investigation. Most of the organizations, they will follow that one only. What is the another organization we are following? Another framework we discussed. What is the another framework? This is 6-phase approach. This 6-phase approach. What is the one more framework I provided at the time of
NIST.
NIS? Yes, this is 5-phase approach. So most of the organizations will follow ITIL process only. 98% of the organizations, they will follow ITIL, that is instant lifecycle management. Whenever any incident is working, you are working on, you have to do the forensic investigation. So forensic investigation is the step-by-step process of the instant investigation process. So first one is identifying the incident. After that, triaging of the incident we have to do. After that, investigation we have to do. After that, we have to do the documentation. After that, report submission. So this is common for every incident: identifying, triaging, investigation, documentation, report submission. Same thing they will follow for criminal investigations also. Identifying the criminal. Next one is triaging of that particular, gathering the information related to criminal, whatever they are using, fingerprints or pistols or clothes, whatever they are using, blood samples, gathering that samples, investigating of that particular murder case, documenting of that work for written communication, and finally report submitting in the court. So this is also same as it is even in the criminal investigations also. Report submission is nothing but total end-to-end process, whatever you worked on, we have to write a summary of the report. So this is like a written communication. So this one we have to follow for every incident investigation. Okay, so this is second step we are doing right now. We identified the incident, that is malware type of incident. After that, we are gathering the information. This is called triage information. After that, incident investigation we have to do. So we have to go and we have to do the log analysis. Log analysis in this scenario. So what is the log analysis we have to do? So we have to click on that particular incident and we have to see that particular information about. So this is different incident, but anyway, we have to click on that particular incident and you have to see that information related to the entire, and you have to summarize that incident. So you have to go here and you have to see the logs like, so example, event ID and timestamp when that incident is happened, and source IP, destination IP. So next one is actions. In this scenario, action is what is the action? So action on. So what is the log source? First we have to see log source. Log source. Next one is action. Next one is payload information. In this similar way, source port, destination port, file details. All these you will see under the log. File details. File details means whatever file we received. Event ID, example, malware related event ID, timestamp. Example, I clicked on around 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Source IP. Source IP nothing but, so where that particular ICAR related website is there, that ICAR related trend maker website. Destination IP, nothing but who is going to compromise in the organization, the destination IP of the organization. Example, my laptop IP. So log source. What is the log source here? What is the log source?
Trend micro.
Trend micro. Log source.
Log source
Log source. What is log source? It will go and it will hit the SIEM tool.
Firewall,
syslog,
firewall proxy and antivirus, EDR.
Yes, firewall, proxy, antivirus. So these are all the log source. You can see log source name also. Example, you are using Palo Alto, it will show Palo Alto log source. If you are using proxy as a OpenDNS, you will see OpenDNS. So if you are using antivirus as example, in this case Symantec, it will showing Symantec, you will see. Log source also you will see. Either of the one it will block. So action, what is the action it is taken in this scenario? What is the action it is taken in this scenario?
blocking
Block, block.
Block or deny. All this information, you no need to do anything. You have to click on that particular offenses and you will see all this information. You have to click on that particular incident that is not existing, but I'm explaining. So block or deny, and payload information. Payload is nothing but, so this total entire URL link of the file. This is called payload. Whatever data it is going on. So this is payload related packet capture. So this is appeal in the firewall level, that payload we can see. So clicking on that particular link and it is blocking and it is showing its connection was reset, that payload we can see. Okay. Source port, so port numbers, and destination port, example 443, and source port is also 443. File details. File details is icar related.txt. So once you are doing this one, so it is showing as a deny. So deny means already firewall is blocked. So in this scenario, what you will conclude from this mitigation plan? So you completed now. So as per incident investigation process, ITL process, first one is identification. Sorry, preparation, identification,
Contamination,
identification, containment,
eradication,
eradication,
recovery,
recovery,
lessons learned.
lessons learned. So in this case, preparation meaning here SIEM tool we are using, that alert is appeared. I identified the alert also. So here example IBM QRadar preparation, and we have already process is there, and identification malware type of category of the attack, containment, whether we have to do any containment in this scenario, whether we have to disconnect my laptop from the network level,
No,
No,
sir.
no, no,
No, no.
Already
not
blocked.
required.
no.
Yes, not required. Eradication, whether we have to do any mitigation steps we have to take care,
No, sir.
not
No,
required.
not required.
Not required. Recovery
No.
Not
Not
required.
required.
Why?
is also not required. So finally, we are following this process. For every instant, you have to think in such a way as per instant life cycle management process, what we have to do. So for every instant, whatever you're working on, you have to follow this process wise. So in this case, already firewall is blocking. So still you don't trust that one. You don't trust that one. Okay, so you have to take that particular file. Okay, so in this scenario, directly we have to go and we have to say it's a false positive information, because firewall is already blocking. So this one you have to put as evidence. Okay, so after that you have to write instant analysis summary report. So what is the forensic investigation I told you? So we have to identify the incident as a malware. So we gather trace information. Okay, so trace nothing but IOC, IOA, asset profiling, user profiling, and all those. See, everything is manual. Just only what we will do here, everything is just only gathering the information we will do. Remaining everything will verify using open source tools like MX tool, IP-wide, IPFBIS database. So those tools. So here a tool will use very less as compared to instant investigation process wise. First gathering these information only will use for tool. Remaining everything is a manual analysis only. Everything I'm doing is like completely just I'm going the instant and I'm analyzing everything in manual process. Okay, if a tool is doing everything, we are not required. Sathyam is not required. So tracing investigation. Already this incident is blocked by firewall. You concluded that one. Firewall or proxy or antivirus. Documentation. Documentation meaning here. So you have to write the total analysis of the summary report. So this is summary, incident analysis. Where you have to write this incident analysis summary? Where you have to write this incident analysis summary? Anyone?
Ticketing
Tool, service
Yes.
now.
Yes, we have to write in the ticketing tool. We have to write in the ticketing tool all this incident analysis summary. So what you have to write? So example. So incident is category or attack category. It's a malware category. So description of the incident. So you have to specify the source user, otherwise user XXXX try to download icar virus file from Trend Micro website. So you can provide the Trend Micro website related information here, and download user X try to download icar virus file from Trend Micro website. Okay, so that is the description of the incident. Then you have to provide all this information. Whatever you gathered, you have to copy paste everything here. So in the incident analysis summary, you have to copy paste it here. So all these things you will do in the notepad or Excel sheet, whatever you want. So all this information, you can either use notepad to copy paste it here anywhere, something like that. Okay, so then you have to copy paste it in your ticketing tool. Otherwise, you can use Excel. So you have to copy paste all those information, whatever you gathered here. Then mitigation. Mitigation is already this incident related to malware blocked by antivirus or firewall. So I am considering this incident as a false positive. False positive. So that is mitigation. So there is no need to do cleaning of the machines. Okay, so using antivirus, or this is not compromise scenario basically. For only cover compromise scenario, you have to take care of the eradication, mitigation, recovery, lessons learned. For this type of false positive incident, there is no need to clean anything. Okay, so mitigation steps you have to provide. So in case, okay, we'll go for another instance. If you don't have access to firewall, any other, not this instance, any other instance, if you don't have the access to firewall or proxies or antivirus tool, if something got compromised, you have to ask to respective team to, okay, so escalate to L2 or tier 2. So you have to put that note you have to put. So same scenario, example, same scenario, my system is got compromised because I'm not using antivirus. Same scenario, consider same as it is, but my system is got compromised. Okay, so we have to provide all those details to you. And so action, please take care of the, this is L1 work now. I'm please take care of malware mitigation as per the details attached. As per the details attached. Okay, so I am escalating to L2 team or tier 2 team. This one we have to put, where you have to put class notes, we have to put every incident have a note, L2 team or tier 2 team. Then you have to assign to the tier 2 team. This is for compromise scenarios. L1 team investigation is just gathering the information and identifying the false positive or true positive. So right now here I am discussing two things. One is compromised scenario, one is not compromised. One is not compromised case, what we have to do directly, you can close the ticket. You can close the ticket. Okay, so for compromised scenario, we have to escalate to L2 team. They will take care of the respective mitigation steps. This is the way how it will work. So some of the people are, they will call the L2 team. Some of the people, they will call tier 2 team. Tier 2 team. Okay. So this is the overall summary how to analyze. So for this one, anyway, I'm removing this one. So you have to put this one as a note. You have to put this one as a note, and you have to close the incident in the service note ticketing tool. So this is the way how it will work. So this is one of the practical incident investigation process. So how you have to do. So everywhere you have to, whenever you are doing any incident, always keep in mind you have to update the notes. Notes you have to always update. Okay, that is mandatory. So evening we can discuss about this topic, that is multiple login failure attempts. This one we can discuss evening. This is one more scenario. This scenario only we have to express in the interview. You have to explain in the interview. Okay, so you have to understand the concept and you have to explain in the interview. So what is the recent incident investigation you have done? What is recent incident investigation you have done? Or what is most recent incident investigation done? Otherwise, could you please explain about one of the incident, whatever you faced challenge? Okay, so they will ask in the multiple ways this question. This is compulsory 110%. It is compulsory interview question. Tell me about your roles and responsibilities, or walk through me your resume, or recent incident, which type of incident investigation you have done, or what is the most challenging incident investigation you have done in your career. Okay, that way also they will ask. So if you are explaining this one in the proper way, almost half of your interview is cleared. Remaining, they will test some of the other questions like theoretical part. So this is the practical real-time scenario based questions you have to explain in this way. So whenever you are explaining one of the real-time instance scenario questions, you have to keep in mind forensic investigation process totally end to end, and also instant life cycle management process. Instant life cycle management process. Okay, these two things you have to keep in mind, and you have to explain in that particular point of view. Whenever any forget about forensic investigation process, at least you have to remember instant life cycle management process starting with preparation to lessons learned. You have to always keep in mind. According to that way, you have to, okay, so total explain about the process. So as per instant life cycle management, you have to say in the interview explanation at the time of explaining. Okay. So this is what you have to explain recently, which type of instant investigation you have done. So this is one of the most testable interview question. One of the most testable interview question. Most of the interviews you will expect this question. Malware analysis, phishing emails, authentic brute force attack. These are all common questions for every interview. Every interview. You can go for 10 interviews, 9 interviews, this question will be there. Okay. Any doubts? So tool is, why is the tool is? What is the tool importance is? So just for tool importance is what is happened, what is the type of incident, and what we have to do, and what are the details you have to gather. That is the tool. Remaining everything will use the lot of open source tools, and if something got compromised, you have to do additional investigation process steps. Okay, anyway, we'll discuss about 6 to 5 scenarios once this tool is completed. So but always you can remember, whenever you are doing something instant investigation process, you have to go to the actions and you have to update the note. You have to update the note here also, as well as in the service note ticketing tool. For example, you are a L1 analyst. So this one, I completed my instant investigation process L1 analyst. First, before that, you have to assign the ticket yourself. Before going to this one, so you have to go to the actions and assign. So assign and click assign button here and click your name here. So example drop down list will be there. Here overall the names will be appear in this assign tab. So assign tab, it will appear whoever L1 team, whoever is L2 team, or whoever is L3 team. Otherwise whoever is the tier 1 team or tier 2 team or tier 3 team. Not only that one, individual names also will appear. Individual name means here whoever has the SOC team names. SOC team, who are the part of SOC, instant investigation team. So example, you can see here right now, it is showing 2 tabs. One is admin of the QRadar console, QRadar demo tool. Second one is Chenna Kesava. So because I am using Chenna Kesava related username and password. So Chenna's username and password. So I have to assign myself this ticket. So click on this one and I assign to myself, save. Automatically from all offenses tab, it will come to my offenses tab. This is the way how to assign. For example, this instant is not, you have to do the instant investigation. You completed your instant investigation process and you have to click on the actions and add note or comments. So this is compromise scenario. So always this is you have to update this compromise scenario. Example only, this example scenario, and I am escalating to L2 team or tier 2 team. So basic details already provided everything. Basic details of incident related to malware. You can see below. So that whatever incident summary report I prepared, so everything you have to copy paste it here. So whatever everything I gathered, IOC, IOE, asset profiling, user profiling, file related details and everything, right? So those details you have to copy paste it here and add note. After add note, you have what you have to do. So you have to go and you have to assign. So assign to L2 team. So the tier 2 team. So whatever team name is there, the team name we have to assign. Example, you are working in the Cognizant. Cognizant, example only I am saying. Cognizant. So SOC tier 2 team. They will create some team name. So it will appear the team name. We have to assign that one save button. This is the way how to update. Always remember, whenever you are doing the incident investigation, comments or notes are compulsory. It's a mandatory. Your SOC manager always he will verify what you are doing. What you are doing. What is the ticket status? How will come to know if you don't upgrade the notes? How he knows whether you are updating the comments or not? What is the ticket status? Example, I am SOC manager. I sent 10 tickets to you. What is the status? If I want to know, I have to go and I have to see, right? So that means you have to update always comments or note. If it is service now, we'll call it the comments. If it is directly IBM QRadar, we'll call it the notes. Notes. So example, this one I sent to myself because this is all offenses tab it is there, and I sent to myself, and I am adding to note. So I'm working on this ticket. I'm working on this ticket, and it is work in progress. So always this notes you have to add. So add note. So if you are adding note, that will appear under the down. So down button you can go. Last 5 notes you can see here, right? It will appear here, last 5 notes. So I will close here first because I did not assign myself. That's why it is showing. Give me 1 second. See, just now I updated this one. I am working on this ticket and it's work in progress. So who is updated? That username also will be there. Whoever is doing what? For example, your L1 analyst you are working on and you are escalating to L2. You have to update this class notes and you have to assign to L2. So in the history, when you updated, what is the creation date, when that ticket is received, when the ticket is received, when you updated, all those notes will be there here. So SOC manager or L3 team, they will go and they will verify what is happened to this ticket. So that's why these notes are very important. Okay. According to this one only, your SLA will be calculated. SLA means service level agreement. Service level agreement. Service level agreement meaning here. So example, critical SLs we have to complete it the 4 working hours. High related is okay, so 24 hours. Medium and low related incidents we have to complete in the 48 hours of the time. So whenever any instant time, so when that instant is received, that time, so example this time whatever instant we received that time, and when you're working on that particular instant time, so they will do deduction. So for example, it is received at 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock and you are working on up to 4:30. That means 4.5 hours you worked on, not 4.5 hours, 10 and 4:30. 6.5 hours you worked on this ticket, but your SL is 4 hours only. That means SL is breached. SL is breached. According to your closure of the tickets, always you have to maintain the incident tracker. Incident tracker meaning here, whatever tickets you are working on, you have to maintain one of the tracker. The tracker is called incident tracker. How much time, that I will explain later. So how much time it has taken for each and every team, you have to calculate yourself whether you are completing all the tickets within the time or not. If you don't complete any ticket within the time, lot of escalations will come from the client, because at the time of giving the project, in the terms and conditions, they'll put if any security SL is crossed, you have to pay penalty. Example, consider Infosys company, they got SBI Bank SOC. Infosys company, they got SOC client as a completely SOC operations. So at the time of SBI Bank, they are giving the project to Infosys company. So in the invoice copies and terms and conditions of the agreement, they will put any SLA is crossed, you have to pay so and so amount. That is what they will put. At the time of giving the money, from SBI Bank to the Infosys, whatever that penalty money is there, right? They will deduct that particular penalty money, and remaining money they will give to Infosys. So that's why these SLAs are very, very important. SLA means service level agreements. Whenever any ticket is coming, you have to complete according to severity wise. You have to complete within that particular time. Okay. So once you are joining in a company, also you have to ask all these questions. What is our SLAs? What is the critical SLA time? What is highest SLA time? What is the medium SLA time? All this process you have to learn first. Okay. Who will give this one? Whoever is giving KT. That person, KT means knowledge transfer. Or whoever is giving training to you, that guy will define all these. So he has to know. If he doesn't know, then you have to ask your manager. So what is the SLAs in our organization we are following? Okay. So that's all for today morning, and evening I will take the class. In that case, we'll go for this second incident investigation. Once this tool is completed, then we can go for the main scenario based questions. I will explain about 5 to 6 scenario based questions. That is for interview purpose. Okay, but whenever trial period 14 hours are there, please go and you can validate each and every tab of this IBM QRadar. You should keep in mind everything, all the tabs. Why? Because sometimes some of the interviews are like, as I said, cringy people will be there, sadist people will be there. They'll expect where you will create role or where you will go and you can create ticket. In that scenario, if you don't remember all these, obviously you will fail in the interview. Practical scenario based questions means this one only. So whenever one scenario is coming, you have to explain the proper way to you have to express yourself. Communication is very important. You know the total process, but you are not expressing in the interview because of the fear, because of the afraidness, because of the excitement, because of the anxiety. What is the use? You will not clear the interview. Okay. So don't think interview mean only English. So technical. How to express, that is also very important. Same, when you are 365 days, you will study the books, and if you are not giving the proper explanation in the exams, obviously you will fail. Here also same thing. You know the total entire process, what to do and how to do and how to, okay, so do the instant investigation, but in the interview you are not expressing. So, but communication is very important. It is not like you are working on European country, European unions, or you are working in North America, not North America, South America. Okay, so our Asia Pacific related Middle East, Asia Pacific related Japan or China, because their countries are different. So example, you can take German country or French country or Italy. So they will give priority to the local language. So they will not give priority to English. So even though you are working in the one of the MNC company, so that time they will expect only local language like a French or German or Spanish. So their rules are that way. But here we are getting most of the projects related to international. So obviously our main focus is English. For example, even you can take South America, Brazil and Venezuela. They don't know English. Most of the case they will use French or Spanish to converse. So but in the even for the job oriented also, you are speaking in French or Spanish or some other language, it is applicable to for them. Even in China and Japan also, most of the people they'll speak in Chinese and also Japanese, but their rules are different. So even you are you know the how to express in Chinese language or Japanese language, they will recruit. But in our India, it is different case. If you don't express in English, if you don't express in the communication point of view, I'm not saying that okay, you should be 100% expert in the English. Okay, at least you know what is you are doing. You are able to manage yourself in the interview. Okay, that's what you have to express, because at the time of meetings you have to express and you have to explain the scenarios. Okay, so why I'm particularly commenting on this communication, I have seen a lot of people lot of people. Even my communication not that much great. I am fall under why maybe say example consider out of 100% in the Indians. So 20% experts like a Shashi Tharoor or some other people, they will speak very well English. So remind, okay, so from the maybe because of the childhood private schools, whatever they studied and completely convents they studied and so on. So 20% people, well spoken people are there in India. Remaining 60 to 70% of the people is like us. Okay. So you have to express your skills at the time of the interview. Okay. So otherwise it is very difficult here, even though you know the technical skills. How much you are reading doesn't matter. How much you are, okay, so studying doesn't matter. So if you don't communicate in the interview, so straight away I'm saying it will be paid. So please practice on that one also. Corona time, maybe another 6 months only this opportunity will be there. After that, obviously everybody has to go to the office. Anyway, that is different matter. So yeah, that is what for overall conclusion. Okay. So do you have any queries in the today class? Any queries?
Sir, is there any possibility like the firewall didn't block the like malware, and the system shows like it is not like severity level is low.
Yes, it will be there.
In
That
that
option
case, how to?
see, firewall is already blocking and it is showing as severity level is a low. So in that scenario, we have to go on according to magnitude and based on the rules you configured, it will be depending on. So whatever rule you configured, correlation rule you configured related to malware. Okay, so not about firewall actions you are depending on. So at the time of correlation rule, whatever score you are defining for malware related, that score only will appear. It is not based on the firewall is blocking or proxy is blocking or WAP is blocking or antivirus is blocking. It is based on how much you define the relevance, credibility, severity. According to that one only, that magnitude will appear.
Okay. So if severity is there, the system is not yet like it will not be compromised, or we can say like that.
Sorry, could you please repeat?
I mean, if the magnitude is in severity level, and the attack it shows like not compromised. So in that case, it will be a false positive or a true positive.
It's a false positive because it's already blocked and this is not compromised. Even severity wise, if it is showing as a red color, example, severity is a critical severity, but firewall is blocking. That time it's a false positive only. Understood?
Okay.
So there are two options here. One is firewall is blocking, but still it is rule is showing as a high severity or critical severity. Okay, in that scenario it's a false positive, not based on the whether severity wise. So that's why we have to go on, we have to see whether it's a compromised, because sometimes at the time of creating the correlation rules we will define the score. So that is the assumptions only we will define based on our risk assessment and risk analysis only will define that score, credibility, severity and relevance. Got it?
Okay. So it's not based on the severity that we conclude that whether it's a false positive or a true
We
positive.
cannot conclude that. No, we cannot conclude that. Once you are
Fine.
opening and once you are verifying, then only we can conclude that is a true positive or false positive.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other? Okay guys, I will take the evening once again. Please go and register this IBM QRadar tool and please go through the tools, tabs, whatever we discussed, and we'll continue evening. So most of your job is there under the offenses tab, and you have to go and you have to do the incident investigation under the offenses tab only. Your 80% job is there under the offenses tab. You have to go and you have to create ticket in the ticketing tool, and after that you have to start the incident investigation process. Remaining all tabs are will be taken care by admin team or L3 team or maybe SOC managers or implementation teams only. Most of your job will be there under the offenses tab. Those offenses tab always you have to keep empty whenever any incident is coming. That is your role basically in simple. Okay. So I will take
Sir,
the class around 5:30 or 6.
sir, here we are inside in IBM Curate. We are assigning tool ticket now, sir. Why you want
Yes.
to use service now?
No, see, because this tracking is a little bit difficult in IBM QRadar. That is what I said initially itself. They don't have full capabilities of incident management. Okay, so incident management capabilities are not there in the IBM QRadar, and also they don't have any knowledge base. Knowledge means me how to check the existing tickets, how many closed, how many opened, and taking the report. So that capabilities are not supporting by IBM QRadar. So that is the reason we have to go and we have to create separate ticketing tool. So like as I mentioned Jira and as I mentioned ServiceNow, we can take the summary of the overall report for every SOC team member whoever is doing the instant investigations. That much capability it is not existing in this IBM QRadar instant lifecycle management or incident management capabilities. That's why you have to go for the ServiceNow or a third-party ticketing tool. So tracking wise, it is not that much good IBM QRadar. If they are developing and they are doing R&D on the directly incident management point of view, yes, we can use without using ServiceNow ticketing tool also. That is what I said. Even Logarithm has, whoever is using Logarithm tool, they don't use ServiceNow ticketing tool most of the cases, because Logarithm has a well-defined incident management capabilities of the ticket wise. Okay. Any other? Okay, guys, we'll continue evening. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks.